All right. Hello, everybody. Everyone. I wanted to say everybody and everyone together. Welcome back to The Pupil's Life, episode 31, March 23rd. I am recording this on the 21st, so if in 2 days the world is over, please know that I was not aware of that. And all rights and jokes are reserved to the Saturday the 21st. That sniffle was not corona. Also, just need to put that out there so you know I am not one of the infected ones. Not yet. I've been taking my vitamins and I've been getting sleep. And the one thing I have stopped is going to my support groups and my therapist because I can't afford. Well, the support groups are just fucking closed down, right? So I can't go to them because you can't gather in more than 10 people. And my therapist, I can't afford $15 a week, man. As fucking sad as that sounds, we're living in new times. And I also don't want to take the fucking bus for an hour with a bunch of homeless people who are the most at risk. So, I'm just being smart and trying to prevent. But how's everybody else doing? I know this thing just keeps getting worse and worse by the day. But, if you listen to Dr. Drew, you might think that we're not all that bad. Just don't check the situation reports on the World Health Organization's website, because that shit, man. Dude, we went from fucking 100,000. We went from no cases to 100,000 in 2 months. And then we went from 100,000 to 200,000 in fucking 10 days. And then we went from 200,000 to almost 300,000 in like 2 days. So, Mr. Drew, I don't know what you're fucking talking about, but I mean, you are a doctor. I'm just a fucking white Hispanic boy. So, you probably do know more than I do, but the numbers don't lie, man. The numbers don't lie. But anyway, man, how's everybody doing out there? Have you gotten fired yet? Because I feel like that's on my to-do list. And, dude, I wanted to record this last night, but I was just like, fucking... The news we got at my work last night was just so demoralizing that I was like, dude, am I really going to sit down and try to be funny for an hour? I don't want to do one of those depressing episodes right now. If it's about me and my fucking growth or whatever, that's cool, dude, because it's as useful for me as it is for the audience. But if it's just me being down about the fucking coronavirus, that's not useful for me because that's not going to do anything, right? I mean, I should allow myself to be down, but I don't need to fucking to broadcast it, dude, because then that's just going to make other people get more stressed. Because even the people who aren't, like, even the people who are trying to, assuage your fears, like Dr. Drew, even that shit is stressful. Because you can tell that he's sort of making shit up, like not fabricating information, but he's just like, he's scared, and so he's trying to like calm himself down by all the shit that he's saying. And so I don't know, man. Maybe today I woke up in a better mood. Okay, are you gonna fucking crucify me for that? Because amidst all this coronavirus shit, we're still supposed to be having fun, and I'm not in a full lockdown yet, so I need to take advantage of I don't fucking know, dude. I mean, I should also say, everybody's losing their minds. I am included in that, so please just know that if anything sounds off, it is me losing my mind. So strap in, because we're in for a little joyride of amateur jokes. But yeah, man, have you lost your job yet? And if so, what are you doing about it? Email me so I know what to do about it when it happens to me. Have you started looking for other jobs, dude? Because if you go on Poached and you go on Craigslist, there's no jobs. Dude, it's fucking wild. It's fucking WIL capital D. Wild. Because there's no job listings for the restaurant industry or the bars or, fucking retail stores. So it's basically like I've moved back to Mexico, dude, because that was one of the reasons I moved to the US was like, I want to be a writer, dude. I can't support myself on fucking minimum wage and have a decent life in Mexico because that's just not possible. And so I moved to the US because I'm like, all right, dude, I'll be a fucking food truck person. And just, pay my rent, eat my food, and fucking be writing on the side. And I've been able to do that for 5 and some quarter years, almost 6. But now the U.S. was like, hey, restaurants, we're taking them away. So, they talk about building the fucking wall, dude, and being so different from Mexico. Well, now we're just the fucking same, dude. Now we're in for unprecedented times. But that being said, most people lost their restaurant jobs last week. Or in this last week, it was fucking Tuesday when the mayor announced Mayor Adler announced, we're only doing takeout now, so all you fine dining restaurants, goodbye. And I've still got a job and it's Saturday. So I'm not complaining, I'm not complaining quite yet. But the news that we got at my fucking job, man, like the news that cause I'm assistant general manager. There's me and one other assistant general manager. And then there's the general manager, and we're all on Slack with the owner and the managers from the other stores. And one of the owners or one of the people, the higher ups, posted a message on the general channel. And he broke the news, dude. Basically, sales are fucking down. Of course. Sales are down and extreme measures will have to be taken. So, we've currently got 8 to 9 employees. I would say 8. And I think of those 8, because of the new policies that they're going to be implementing, they're like, everyone's seen sales, guys. If we want to fucking keep everyone paid and get through this, we're going to have to implement some extreme measures. And what those extreme measures are, because this is coming out on Monday and that is when they are going into place, I'm not gonna say in case anybody that I work with is listening to this, but basically we're gonna be seeing some layoffs happen, and I'm not even sure that I'm safe, dude, because I don't know if they're gonna be looking at who makes more money and be like, let's keep the cheap employees, or if they're gonna be looking at who can do the job the best, and let's keep that person and just pay them the same. So, yeah, dude, that's fucking... And I got this message while I was at work with two other employees who I'm pretty sure won't be sticking around. And, dude, it was just, I don't know, man. I've never been in that position. I've been in the position where I'm like, dude, this fucking person deserves to get fired, dude, and they should get fucking fired regardless of what their situation is, right? Because, finding a job in Austin pre-coronavirus in the restaurant industry was like fucking putting shampoo in your hair, right? Anyone can do it. And so I was like, dude, if they lose this fucking job, then it's because they don't, they're not doing the job properly, dude, and they just, Go find somewhere else to fucking waste time. But now, dude, it's like, dude, if these people lose their jobs, you know, I was talking to the dishwasher. It's like, if he loses this job, dude, he might be able to survive with his son's income from his job, but he's also in the restaurant industry. So if they lose their job, both of them, they might have to fucking leave the country, dude, and go back to Mexico. And so it's like, and now I'm just like, I don't know, man. I don't want to be the one that is like, oh, dude, I'm safe, and I get to keep my job at the expense of all these other people losing theirs. But at the end of the day, it's like, well, I don't want to go back to fucking Mexico either, dude. I would rather get coronavirus and fucking become a homeless person than move back to Cancun, Mexico, dude, and live with my dad. Are you fucking crazy, man? Like, it sounds like, oh, well, I wouldn't have to be worrying about financials, and I wouldn't have to be worrying about this or that. Like, daddy will take care of it. And it's like, yeah, dude. Do you know what that fucking means, though? It's like, it's one thing if I have to go back for like a week or two. But if I go back to fucking Mexico, dude, it's because I'm going to have to, I might never be able to come back to the U.S., dude. Like, it's because if I have to go back to Mexico, it's because in the next month, they're going to shut down all of Texas, dude, for like 6 months, And then I'm going to be, unless I can find a remote work, then I'm just going to have to fucking flee the country, dude. And if they shut down the border, I might not even be able to do that. And then what am I going to do, Fucking, I don't even have ketamine left that I could sell to people. Not that I would do that. I'm fucking joking, okay? But, man, it's just, I don't know, man. Things are going to be changing at work. Things have already been changing at work, People aren't coming in as much. People that are coming in, there's, what's fucking crazy is that some of the people that come into work, dude, like some of our customers are still making fun of the situation or making light of it, I should say. This one fucking guy, he comes in and, we're not doing dine-ins anymore. So all of our tables and chairs are stacked. There's paper on our outdoor patio that says, you can't sit here per the city's ordinance. And this guy came in, he's like, huh, really? You guys aren't doing, you guys can't do dine-ins anymore? And I was just like, this was on Wednesday, a day after the mayor had said that, no, this was on Tuesday, the day the mayor announced it. And I was like, yeah, it's like, it's not us, it's the mayor who has imposed this, whatever. And the guy's just like, ha! I'm going to laugh if people get corona and die in Austin. And I'm just like, fucking dude, that's not... You want people to get corona. You're just like my fucking parents, dude. It's almost like you want us... You want to prove us wrong, dude. Even if that means other people will suffer. It's like my dad, dude, I'm sure, dude... He would love it if this just fucking shattered all of my dreams, and then somehow I ended up getting an office job from 9 to 5 with a salary and health insurance, so that he could then feel safe that nothing's gonna happen to his little kid, and then he could be like, "I told you so." It's hard to be a writer. It's even harder to be a professional poker player. This is what that fucking guy reminded me of. It's just like, you hope that people in Austin get corona so that you can laugh at them dying. And he's like a 40-year-old, he's a middle-aged man living in a wealthy part of town. And I still had to serve this motherfucker, And you know what, dude? The worst part is, when I gave him the receipt to sign, he didn't even put a 0 on the tip. He just skipped the tip and signed his cursive name and didn't even say thanks, dude. You know? Whenever riots start to happen, I'm gonna go find this fucking dude and I'm gonna take everything he's got. I'm gonna go find this dude and I'm gonna make a fucking face mask out of his skin, dude. Dude, oh my god, it's so fucking... I don't even know why I did this, but I watched Contagion last night. And because I was just like, oh, maybe I'm not stressed enough. Maybe I need to take this more seriously. And so I decided to watch a fucking movie about a pandemic, virus, shit, whatever. And dude, I recommend everybody go watch this. You know, yes, it's scary. And yes, it's like watching a documentary. But at the end of the day, I feel like I learned some shit. You know, they're talking about social distancing in the movie, which I thought was a made-up term from our generation, like from this time around. And you know, it's also like by day 15, they'd had like 8 million cases and 1 million deaths, right? We're on fucking day 98 and we're at 300,000 cases, you know? But yeah, dude, it's fucking, you know, Matt Damon's in it. He's got the opening for the movie, dude, is the most traumatic fucking opening any fucking movie character has ever endured, except maybe like Jodie Foster in The Accused, or is it Halle Berry? I've never seen it, dude. I've just heard that said before. But dude, Matt Damon just fucking, you know, he's at home with his kid, and his wife Gwyneth Paltrow she comes home and she's sick, dude. She's like coughing and she's got a fever, and you know they're making dinner in their kitchen. Their son's playing with Legos in the fucking living room while they're making dinner. You know, a sweet little family. And you know, Matt Damon doesn't know, but you know that she has just cheated on Matt Damon with like an ex-partner, right? And so they're making dinner, and then she just fucking collapses, dude, and starts to fucking to seize up. And Matt Damon's, you know, freaking out, and then the son comes into the room and sees the mother fucking dying on the floor. They take her to the hospital. The kid stays home. Matt Damon takes his wife to the hospital. And then the doctor comes out. And he's like, yeah, you know, we did what we could. But, you know, yeah, your wife has died. Which is terrible fucking writing, dude. Because no doctor would break the news like that. You know, no doctor is going to come out of the operating room and look at the loved ones and be like, you know, we did all we could. The medicine just didn't take. And I'm sorry to say that your father has died. Right? Like, you know, I would hope that doctors are more trained in, you know, at least saying, like, he didn't make it. Or, you know, he didn't make it. Or, like, you know, your father was pronounced deceased. Fuck. I don't know if that's any better. Who am I to say, right? I've got the emotional intelligence of a fucking 10-year-old. But so then Matt Damon, dude, he's just like, what? So when can I talk to her? And the doctor's like, she's dead. And he's like, no, but I just saw her. I was just with her like 3 minutes ago. When can I talk to her? And dude, Matt Damon sells it, man. You know, I wish that they had shown him crying at some point in the movie, because that was the one thing. God damn it, dude, that was the one thing that made it hard to suspend my disbelief with him. is that, and I'm not even done telling the story. Let me finish telling the story. He then goes home and, he gets a call from the fucking nanny. He goes home and then finds his son dead in his bed. And doesn't even cry then, dude. He takes the kid to the fucking hospital. They zip him up in a body bag, and then they quarantine Matt Damon. And, it's just like fucking... At least shed a tear, dude. Even if it has to be one of those little sprays. One of those fabric... Dude, fucking... Am I just gonna yawn? Am our yawns just like, you're not gonna podcast right now? Even if it's just one of those tears that's like... That's a little eyedropper, right? And we know that it's a fake tear. Just shed one tear. And then say something like... What am I gonna do? I don't care how melodramatic it is, dude. But to watch you just sit there in shock, knowing your wife and your daughter and your kid have died, your wife and your boy have died, and you're just like trying to get to the bottom of shit. Like, in a way, I get it, because sometimes that happens in real life. We don't process it, but they never show him grieving. Years go by in the movie, and they never show him fucking grieving. Well, no, that's wrong, dude. That's a fucking lie. No. They do show, and they actually show it at the very end. So fuck me, dude. Forget about what I just said, because they do show him. They do show him grieving. But the reason I think it's like one of the best openings for a character, just for a setup of a movie, even though the movie doesn't follow Matt Damon very much, and it's not really about him. He's maybe in it for like 15 or 20 minutes. This happens, right? He loses his wife and his son, and then his daughter arrives at the hospital and sees him in quarantine, and they tell Matt Damon, the incubation period is over. You are immune to the disease, but we don't know that your daughter is. So fucking, like, how badass, dude? How badass is that setup for a movie? Is like, you suffer extreme loss. Your main character goes through extreme loss, dude. But then there is one sliver of hope that keeps you rooting for them. Is that they are immune. Their daughter is potentially not, dude. And he now has to fucking protect her as a pandemic breaks out across the world. I think it would have been a lot better movie if we had just been following those two. And maybe with coronavirus, somebody can steal this idea from me and make it a fucking major film. You motherfucker, dude. I'm gonna slap myself in the face if I yawn again. But yeah, dude, I think the movie was trying to be less about characters and more about, the virus is a character and seeing how it spreads, and because you're following like 10 different characters. And I don't know. I read some reviews before I watched it. I'd already watched it a while ago. It came out in 2011. And so I'd already seen it, but I hadn't seen it in almost 10 years. And I saw some reviews for it before I did, and they were like, the acting is terrible, except for Lawrence Fishburne. He really sells it. And so I was like, oh, is it really a terrible movie? And then I watched it, and I was like, maybe it's because coronavirus is going on, and I can fucking really, it's not even a fictional movie anymore. It's like, this is actually happening, dude. Or maybe because it's just really a good movie, but I don't know. I enjoyed the hell out of it. And so yeah, dude, that's what I did on my Friday night, was just watch a movie about a fucking pandemic and ponder the future of my life, dude. I've been trying to keep my sanity by just doing shit that I can affect. You know, I've been reading more. I've been writing more. I've been taking care of Ellie, my brother's dog. And I've been getting paid for it, dude, which is like a fucking, you know, I get $20 every day that I take care of her. And it's like, dude, this might be what I use to buy canned beans a month from now, you know? My brother might be, you know, I won't take money from my father, dude, but I'll take money from my brother any day, you know? I'll take money from my brother without telling him, dude. If I had fucking if I had access to my brother's fucking bank account just as a prank, dude, and because I know how much his fucking relationship to money affects him, I would fucking, if I had access, you know, if I could just press a button, dude, and for a week make his bank account shrink in half. You know, it's still there, dude, but it's just an illusion, right? Like, he can't see the other half of his money. I would do it, man. No doubt about it. I would fucking press that button right now. And when he came to me, he's like, they half of my bank account disappeared. I would just be like, oh no, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? You've only got enough money for the next 5 years still. What do you... Dude, I fucking... That's so crazy, dude, because my brother is not like, he's the least affected financially by all of this. Well, no, that's not true, dude. He has taken a hit with the stock market, but dude, he's out of a job and he's getting... Motherfucker, dude. He's out of a job and he's getting paid like $400 a week, you know, just as like a stipend from his job. And I don't know, dude. It's like fucking... It's great for him, dude. It's great for him. It's great for him, okay? We don't have to be jealous, Nick. We don't have to be jealous just because our lives might collapse soon. But yeah, dude, I've been walking the dog more. I just walked her this morning. And, well, not walked her. I just played fetch with the dog. And you know, dogs more than ever are important for our sanity, I think. Because they don't know what the fuck is going on, dude. There's virus, dude, I don't fucking care. Throw the ball, okay? And then you have to realize, like, oh, that's right, dude. What matters is not what may happen. You know, sure, you might want to prevent some, but God damn it, dude. I apologize. This is gonna be not even what's the hearing equivalent of illegible? But yeah, playing fetch with the dog just reminds me, you know, the present moment is all that matters. I was talking to the dishwasher yesterday, that same guy that might have to go to Mexico. And he was like, yeah, why am I gonna worry about losing this job next week if I could leave this restaurant and get hit by a fucking bus? You know? And I think it's most important in times like these to focus on that kind of shit. Because, you know, that's how fucking Viktor Frankl survived the Holocaust. Right? He had some amount of luck, obviously. But a lot of it was just focusing on what he could affect. And, you know... Oh, dude, should I pause this and do some fucking push-ups or something, you know? Yeah, from what I remember, Viktor Frankl, he wrote a book, dude, before he was sent to an internment camp, and then that book got fucking burned or lost or something, and so his purpose throughout the Holocaust was, you know, I need to survive so that I can rewrite that book. And And, so like my purpose right now, dude, is like, I need to what is my purpose, dude? I need to document what I'm experiencing. So that people know what went down in case all of fucking Texas is wiped out. And by what went down, I mean, like, yeah, sure, you can listen to a fucking podcast about the coronavirus, dude. But listening to a podcast and reading a fucking book, dude, someone's diary, is not the same thing, Like, imagine if Anne Frank's diary was a podcast and she was like talking about fucking the books that she was reading. Instead of, all of the dynamics between her and her family and her parents and Peter, dude, the fucking kid that she was in love with, and the neighbors that moved in with them, and just, fucking getting her period, dude, for the first time during this fucking crazy time, and not being able to leave the house, dude, and it's just fucking, it's a completely different medium. And so that's one thing I've started doing is, I started my own diary, which helps me sort of understand what the fuck is happening, dude, internally and externally. And then also sort of, like, all right, dude, worst case scenario is either that I get the virus and I die, or that I don't get the virus but I am broke and I have to move back with my dad and, fucking hang myself there. So in either case, I'll die. And when that happens, dude, what will I leave behind? It's something that I ask myself often is like, what am I leaving behind, dude? Which is why I talk about shit that a lot of people are like, that's too heavy. Or they're like, oh man, I can't see you the same way anymore. It's like, yeah, dude, because now you fucking know the real me, dude. And that's a shame, because if I knew the real you, I would only feel closer to you. And I would feel like our relationship was stronger because of it. And so, yeah, my hope is that, 5-10 years from now, somebody will find my diary and be like, damn, so this is what being a 24-year-old male was like during coronavirus in Texas. So I've been fucking keeping a diary. Oh man, dude, I don't know what the fuck, man. My body's like, you need rest, dude. That's not even funny, man. I'm not even being funny right now. And I'm already halfway through this podcast, dude. What the fuck? So I'm taking care of the dog, dude. It's also just so boring, dude, Yes, there's a fucking pandemic. But what that means, dude, is that, you're not really doing much fucking novel things, It's not like I went out and got rejected by a lesbian last night, or, it's not like I went and performed stand-up comedy. I'm just fucking going to work, coming home, fucking writing in my diary, dude, jerking off, and then watching Contagion, walking the dog, and fucking wondering when I'm gonna run out of food. But yeah, so I've been writing. I've been writing about my diary, walking the dog, watching movies, and I started reading Education of a Felon by Edward Bunker. And it's one of those books that's about like a criminal. Dude, that's like the 11th yawn in 10 minutes. So many times I'll go on dates and I'll be rested but I'll yawn about as many times as I just did during the date, and they're like, "Oh, I'm sorry if you're tired," and I'm like, "No, I'm just a chronic yawner. Please believe me. I am not tired. I am just a chronic yawner." And yes, that is a term that I made up myself. No, I have not been diagnosed that. But anyway, Education of a Felon is about this dude that, at like 4 or 5 years old, his parents were like, we can't take care of this fucking guy. They were in the Hollywood industry, so they were like, fuck it, dude. We're selfish and narcissistic pricks, We can't take care of the child that we birthed. So they take him to like an orphanage. And then from then on, he's just passed on from fucking orphanage to juvie to reform school to fucking military camps, and then at like 16 or 17 he goes to adult prison, and just it's a real fucking fucking hey man. It's a memoir, I should say. And those prison movies where it's like you're fucking learning the ways of the prison system, the justice system. It's like that, but a lot more detailed and a lot more fun, dude. So I highly recommend it. It's been getting me through these unprecedented times, because worst case scenario is actually that I lose all my money, and for some reason I'm like, dude, I'm not going to go back to Mexico. I'm going to become a criminal. And then I go fucking riot, and I make a face mask out of that fucking customer's skin, and then they throw me in jail for manslaughter. And, then I go to prison. Which, by the way, I don't know how you guys feel about prison. But, I've always had a curiosity, not of like, oh, I want to go and actually see what it would be like, but I've had the curiosity of like, how would I do if I did go to prison? Because my life right now is basically a fucking prison, dude. I go to work, I put my time in, and then I get to be in the rec yard, right? I ride my bike to and from work, which is my outdoors time. And so that's my rec yard time. And then I come home, dude, and I'm in my cell for the rest of the night, just reading, writing, and then I get a little break, right? I get to go out and eat lunch and dinner, which I make myself. So that's I would be better off in prison because food would be made for me, and so yeah, then I'm just in my cell, dude, fucking reading and writing, and I don't know, dude. I feel like that would just your habits would get better. Malcolm X went to prison, and now we all remember him for it. Edward Bunker went to prison, and now he wrote a fucking book about it. If I could just get past the idea that I would be, like, for sure, dude. Like, for sure, dude. Like, 100%. For sure, dude. I would be butt raped. If I could just get past that idea. Because it's one thing, dude. I'm not against butt sex, right? Like, fucking, if you like doing that, go ahead and do it. I've never done it, dude. I've had, everybody. If somebody tells you they've never had the curiosity, dude, they're fucking lying, dude. Maybe they had the curiosity and they were like, that's not for me, right? Like, I'm not gonna do that. But everybody's had the curiosity, dude. And so, it's one thing to have the curiosity of, like, having anal sex, dude. Like, being the receiver, dude, and, like, getting lubed up and everything, getting fingered for, like, a 30-minute session beforehand. And it's another thing to just be in your cell, dude, and just hear, open up 34! you know? And then somebody walks in, dude, corners you and fucking starts beating you and then takes your fucking pants down and just fucking raw dogs you with no prior warm up, you know? Like those are two very different things. And so, you know, if I could get past the idea that I would for sure, dude, get butt raped in prison, because, you know, I'm a good looking white piece of meat, and you know, I'm fit, dude, so like, dude, for sure, I would be walking into prison and people would be yelling at me like, hey, fresh meat, cell 34, fresh meat, everybody, fresh meat, look at that white ass, you know, like. And I would just be holding, like, my towel, dude, or my bed sheets, just, like, fucking shaking. People would smell the fear in me. People would smell the fear in my sphincter, dude. How's that for alliteration? People would smell people would smell the fear in my sphincter, dude. But if I could get past the fact that I would for sure be butt raped in prison, dude, I think I would thrive, man. You know, and I don't know how rape works, but it maybe, like, if I was like, hey man, don't force it, like, just I'll consent, right? I'll consent to this, just like do it the proper way, please. Unless he's just like he gets off on pain, dude, which is probably the case. But you know, if maybe I could just like become somebody's bitch, dude. You know? Because, like, I would need affection, dude. And at the end of the day, I don't think that I've learned... Like, I know this intellectually, dude, but emotionally, I still see attention as love. So if I was getting fucking rammed in my cell, dude, you know, once every other day, then I would probably feel, you know, pretty loved, man. I would probably feel, you know, like things were going well, right? I wouldn't be anxious about my rapist being like, you know, is he interested in me? Is he still interested in me? Because I would know where he is, dude. And, you know, I would know that he's going to be coming back, you know, not tomorrow, but the next day. and I would know what to expect, you know. So anxiety wouldn't be a thing for me, dude. I would sleep through the nights, and you know, start working out. Like have somebody spot me, dude, in the rec yard. Dude. I've always wanted somebody to spot me, right? Never in my life has somebody spotted me. Has somebody been my spot, dude? Like I want to be lifting weights. That's what I want, dude. I don't want to go to prison. Because I don't want to get butt raped and I don't want to fucking be trapped in a cell, dude, and sleep on a hard bed. I just realized the reason I want to go to prison, dude, is because I want to be wearing, you know, those like gray sweatpants and those comfortable sort of like Tom's looking prison shoes and be shirtless, dude, lying down on a fucking bench press and just lifting a weight, dude, and have like a huge dude behind me just be my spot, dude. Dude, I just wish I wish that I had a picture, dude. Even if it was like for a movie set, just a picture of me, dude, or a video of me on my Instagram, dude, doing bench pressing, dude, with a huge dude behind me that was my spot. And just like a huge dude, but like a sweetheart, so I knew he wasn't gonna betray me and like let it fall and choke me to death. Like imagine that would be the worst fucking death, dude, in prison. I don't care about being stabbed. Just like if your spot, dude, if the bar fell on my neck, dude, and then he like fell on the bar and like pushed down to fucking kill me, dude. That would be the worst death, I think. Anything that crushed my windpipe, I think, would be like the worst death, dude. Just be like, why? to not be able to ask why, dude. Because if somebody stabs me, I can at least be like, why? Like, that could be those could be my last words, my last word. You know, just have it be a question, right? Have it be poor improv. Just somebody fucking, and I'm just like, why? And then fucking, you know. But if I just get my fucking windpipe crushed by 50 pounds, dude, or how, I don't know what I don't do weights, dude, so I don't know what I could lift and what I couldn't. That would just suck, dude. I wouldn't be able to ask why, dude. And, you know, it doesn't matter if I hear the answer or not, if I die before the answer is said. I just want to be able to ask why, dude. You know? I just want to be able to question why. And, you know, just fucking, just get, why? And then have the fucking, you know, have the guy that stabbed me just be like, just cause. You know, like, or maybe it was fucking prison politics. Maybe it was fucking prison politics, and you know, I stole somebody's copy of Atonement, right? Well, no, because that would be confusing. I stole somebody's book, dude, and then they fucking stabbed me to death, dude. I'm like, why? And then the guy looks at me, he's like, The Great Gatsby. And I just die, dude. Like, that would be the most noble death. If I was wrongfully incarcerated, butt raped, and that was how I died, dude, I should get a Nobel Prize. A Nobel Prize, dude. Sorry, all you fucking elitist cunts. He said noble. He's not a smart kid. He doesn't know what he's talking about. Why am I listening to this? Because pronunciation is not an indication that you're smart. Okay? So yeah, dude. Maybe I'll just go to prison, dude. Because then I don't have to worry about money. What else, man? What the fuck else can I talk about? I just talked about prison, dude, for 10 minutes. And you guys are still here, so... you know... Oh, dude, there's a story that there is a pre-coronavirus story that I wanted to share. You know, last week, the week of March 9th, our store started to implement. You know, we have kiosks where we take people's orders, but they're automated, right? It's a machine. They go, they press buttons, and then the order prints out. So there's not really a person taking your order. But because of the disease, the owners decided, you know, we don't want people touching the screens. Let's just have one person take their order. And so I was taking this Hispanic family's order, right? And they don't know that I speak Spanish, but I can understand every word they're saying, dude. And I like to keep it that way. I like to keep it incognito. And this family comes in, you know. It's a two parents, like a mom and a dad. Two women who were friends with the mom. And then a smaller boy, who was maybe four years old. And where I'm taking the order, there is this little refrigerator, you know, one of those sliding that, you know, you look down into, like a little ice cream refrigerator that you see at like a 7-Eleven. We have one of those, and we sell mochi. All the kids are attracted to it because it's got a glowing light, you know, and it's ice cream. And so this kid is like tinkering with that fucking thing while I'm taking their order. and the kid, he manages to open the sliding glass door, and then one of the friends is like, no, and she pushes the thing closed and jams the kid's fucking finger, and the kid immediately starts crying, and almost before he started crying, the girl was like, started blaming the kid. She was like, it was him, it was just him, fucking. And I see this all happen, right? I see him trying to open it. His fingers are in between the door and like the ice cream, and then fucking slam it, jam it, and then she's like, he did it all on his own. And the kid's bawling his fucking eyes out. The mom's like, be quiet, don't cry in here. And the dad's like, come on, just give him to me. And she's like, no, he needs to be on my shoulder. And meanwhile, the two friends are like, it was him, I promise. Like, and the kid's just fucking crying, and it's just, oh man, I can't even finish the story because of how fucking triggering this is, dude. Because this, dude, is how children are raised in Mexico, dude. Is that the adults are believed and the kids are blamed. This fucking kid was innocent, man. They brought him to a sushi place and he saw mochi ice cream, ran toward it, opened the thing. Somebody slams the fucking door shut on his finger, dude. His 4-year-old fingers. And he starts crying, dude. Of course he starts crying. He needs his fucking mother, dude. He needs an empathic witness, dude. He needs somebody that can just be like, how are you feeling? What happened? And the kid to just be like, it fucking hurts, wah, wah. Right? And then the mother to be like, okay, well, it's okay for it to hurt. Accidents happen. Are you feeling angry? Are you feeling upset at the person that jammed the fucking finger? Are you feeling upset at your aunt for fucking smashing your pinky finger? And the baby to be like, yeah, and then be like, okay, well, just be upset, dude. That's okay, right? And then takes a little time out to fucking be with the kid, calms him down, and then no trauma, dude. But the way that it happened was just like, the kid had a want, somebody noticed the want, and because they were worried that the kid was going to make a scene, dude, or steal, or do, because they were worried about what other people were going to think of what the kid was doing, they fucking mash his fingers and then blame him so that they don't look like the bad person. That is the reason that I know that's why they mashed his finger, is because after she mashed his finger, she was like, it was him, dude. Because she immediately panicked and she was like, everyone's going to think it was my fault that I made the baby cry, so I'm going to blame the baby. And that is how Mexican parents parent their children, dude. And not even parents, but the extended family, dude. That is how shit works, And then the mother is like, stop fucking crying. We're in public. Stop fucking crying. This isn't the place to cry. And she sits him on the counter that I'm taking orders at while her husband is trying to place an order, dude. And I'm just like, what's that? I can't hear you. There's a fucking baby wailing next to you. I wanted to set my hand down and say, listen, man, I can't hear you. Give me 1 second. Turn to the mother and say, hey, woman, your fucking kid is wailing. Can you go outside and take care of this, dude? Maybe you can place your fucking order when he's done wailing. But she didn't, dude. The dad had to come to the rescue. The man had to come to the fucking rescue, dude. And he was like, just give him to me, okay? Okay, Bernice? Just give him to me, Bernice. I'll take him outside and you place the order, okay? Just stop it, Bernice. Just give him to me, okay? And I'm just standing there like, what the fuck, dude? I'm pissed off, dude. I'm fucking fuming, and I hate these people. I'm fuming, dude, and I want to slap the mother and spit in the father's face, dude, for marrying her and for having a kid, dude. Because these people should not be parenting a child. And it's fucking ridiculous, man. And you know what's more ridiculous, dude, is that after they were done eating, I went outside to the patio where they're sitting down, right? And they stayed half an hour after we closed, dude. And I go out there, I take all their dirty dishes, and then I'm like, oh, are you done with this cup of water that's half full? And as I go to pick it up, that same fucking mother, she looks at me and she's like, no. Like, you know, like I pressed the wrong button and I got the answer wrong, dude. It's just like, hey, are you done with this? Just like, I'm like, dude, can you fucking, can you, God, dude. Mexican people, man. Oh, man, dude. Dude, I if I was going to go to prison for killing somebody, dude, it would be Mexican parents, dude. I would beat them to a pulp, dude. And then I would say, hey, it's your fucking fault. Just fucking, psychologically torture them, dude. And, dude, it's fucking wild, man. It's wild, man. It just pissed me off, man. It just pissed me off. Because you're being a terrible parent. And you're also just being a terrible person to society, dude. Like, it's like, you pick up a phone, dude, and you put it on speakerphone. Don't do it in fucking public. Especially not in an elevator, dude. If your baby is crying because he needs you, don't take him up to a counter, a cashier, to a register. Set him down in front of you on top of the menu that other people are going to look at, that his tears are being shed on, and pretend that he's not fucking wailing, dude. But you can't tell people this because nobody wants to hear how terrible they are being as parents. And that's going to be the fucking podcast, dude. That's the podcast, dude. For a second there, as I was talking about prison, dude, and as I was talking about fucking a terrible Mexican family, dude, I forgot the coronavirus existed. Which is why I'm doing the fucking podcast, okay? So hopefully you forgot that it did too. For 20 minutes, 30 minutes, however long it is, I didn't talk about the fucking virus, dude. And, in these tough times, just fucking remember, dude, that, this is showing everybody that all your little problems, dude, all your political correctness bullshit, they're not real problems. Those are not real problems. Those are manufactured problems we have all made up because we didn't have real problems or we didn't want to focus on them. And now we have a real problem. So if you see somebody saying something you don't like, maybe just shove that dislike up your fucking ass and go about your merry day. Because there are bigger things to worry about right now than what words we can say and whether or not somebody should be fucking posting a picture of themselves outside, Maybe, like me, they still have to go to work. Did you think of that? Maybe, like me, they don't have a choice. Maybe, like me, dude, they just have to fucking do what it takes and go fucking figure it out, man. You know? And what are you doing? Sitting at home, working remotely, right? Your life has improved. Because you don't have to go into the office and talk to Laura for 15 minutes about what she did last weekend and who she's dating now. You can just stay home, pet your cat, walk your dogs, jerk it off, dude, cook whatever you fucking like. Work or not work, you're still getting paid. So how about we all focus on each other, on our individual lives right now, and stop this fucking virtue signaling and shaming and using, useful terms like social distancing to virtue signal, dude, and to shame other people. If you're not flattening the curve, you are the coronavirus. What are you going to do, man? People are going to fucking be people. And I think 3 months from now, 6 months from now, a year from now, however long it takes for this new normal to become a reality, dude, people aren't going to learn a goddamn thing. We're going to go straight back into fucking political correctness. And, I don't have any problems myself, so I'm just going to focus on everybody else's problems. And, virus, myrish, I'm going to go to a concert and do 3 pills of fucking Molly and then make out with 10 different guys. And, what are you going to do? That's life. And that is the pupil's life, dude. You just gotta learn and do the best you can, man. Focus on your fucking self. Get through these hard times and keep listening, man, because I'll be here, right? Job or no job, Mexico or no Mexico, dude. Maybe if I go to prison, I won't be able to do this anymore. But, until that happens, I will be here, and I will do my best to rid you of your corona fears for at least an hour. So thank you for listening, and best of luck in this next week and whatever is to come.